Tenemos que hacer otro episodio en español también. Hace
Alrighty
falta
then.
uno.
Oh yeah. Shall we do it today? All right. Welcome everyone to another episode here for the Fashion Matrix podcast, and I'm very fucking excited because today's episode I bring the responsible for this actually the name of the podcast and pushing me to create my own fucking podcast. And if you've been hearing my podcast, you already know him. This motherfucker doesn't need any goddamn introduction. But on today's episode, which is 101st, I don't know if I said it correctly or not, but you get my point. 100 plus one episodes. I bring my friend, my brother, the success serial entrepreneur, massive success, woke athlete, Bryan Casella. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? Hey, I'm excited to be your esteemed NIM guest today on episode 101.
101, man. I had to bring you for the 101 to get that knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I feel you.
But by the way, salud, cheers with some Herradura, hermano. You're full of shit. We're both full of shit.
It's gonna be a funny podcast.
All right, man. So yeah, it always is funny with you, man. And it's been a while since we haven't seen each other because of this fucking pandemic, the COVID-19, and all this bullshit. Yeah, that you and I know of. And I wanted to talk about that, man, because well, there's a lot that you can say when it comes to world, in quotes, world crisis. And man, a lot of things have been happening, right? A lot of things has been happening with me and with you. I know that when this started, I mean, I'll start it and then I'll pass it to you because I have some question for you, brother. But when this started, I was scared. I was fucking scared. I didn't know what the fuck was happening. And immediately I went to my sister, which she is a doctor. And man, I mean, she's full of shit. No disrespect. I love her, but she was sharing with me a lot of fear. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't do anything. So I felt it immediately. I felt it even in my own body, you know, because the mind, you know, it's super powerful. I started feeling it like, I feel something in my throat. I know it was just all bullshit. And then the next thing that happened is the money, the economy. I started feeling it. I started losing a lot of clients, and the way that I make money, I couldn't do it anymore because I work one-on-one with people. And of course, you know, also distance and you know, coaching online. But I felt it because people were also very scared. And I felt it on my business. And then immediately I started hustling. But before I got into that, I want to ask you that, man. What was your first response and what happened when this whole goddamn thing started happening? What happened to your business, your personal life, so on and so forth?
Man, we can say so much about this. So I've been probably for the last 6 months or year studying more about what's going on behind the scenes here in America and in the world in regards to the corruption in the government. So I had already had an idea about this before it came out, right? I didn't know what it was going to be exactly. But if people look back, I think back in 2016 when Trump got inaugurated, that guy, Fauci, the guy who says, oh, you know, wear a mask, and supposedly the representative, he said during Trump's presidency, he's going to have to deal with a pandemic. He said it. Okay. So we remember that, right? And people kept bringing that up in 2018 and 19, and they said something's going to come because it hasn't happened yet. So I also start finding out that a lot of these other diseases that were put out into society were also patented, which means man-made, right? AIDS, SARS,
fucking crazy.
Many other ones, right? Those are just the two big ones. They're patented, which means they're man-made. Same thing with COVID-19, coronavirus, man-made. So I also, just like you have your sister, I had been in contact with many people here locally, worldwide as well, who are doctors and nurses, and they were saying that the hospitals were forcing them on birth certificates to forge that it was coronavirus death. They told me they got paid extra money when they had a coronavirus death, right? I know people personally, 4 people of either friends or family who died, not from coronavirus, but the hospital
Yeah.
said it was a coronavirus death. That's happened to me
Yeah.
personally 4 times now. Very close people to me.
Fuck.
Even recently, even this last week, our lender who does our loans, his grandma died, and they marked her down as a COVID-19 death, even though she didn't even have coronavirus. Stupid,
Shit.
right?
It's fucking
So
stupid. Yeah.
I kind of know this, but me and you, we know the masses are easily manipulated. So right when
Yeah.
it happened, I said, okay, most people are going to freak the fuck out and be scared. So I knew
Yeah.
it would affect my business, at least temporarily, for a couple weeks, maybe a month or two. So
Yeah.
luckily, I had already prepared myself financially. I have multiple streams of income, and I already put myself in a position. So if something like this happens, I'm okay. But what I
Yeah.
did was I said, okay, I know that there's a lot of people who look at me, both agents in the real estate industry and sales industry, and also the consumer. I'm
Yeah.
considered, if we're going to say a word, right, important, or people look at me and say, oh my God, what's happening to the market? So what I did
Yeah.
immediately was I started becoming a voice of giving people the facts of what's going on in the market. So that got me a lot of new customers and a lot of people who were watching. So we felt it in my business for about 3 or 4 weeks. And then the government basically said real estate can still happen. They made us essential, which basically means we
Fuck
could still
yeah.
conduct business. So after that, 3, 4, 5 weeks of people being scared, right? After a month, bro, even the people that were calling are like, fuck this coronavirus shit. Like I'm sick of it. Fuck this
Yeah.
bullshit.
Fuck this shit up.
So we saw 1 month of sales go down and then boom, right back up. So for us, it was almost business as usual. But in my mind, bro, I knew, just like you said with your sister, I knew that I had to keep my mind in check. So when other people around me
Yeah.
started getting fearful or doubtful, I was always the voice of reason. I said, it's fine. I have all the facts and statistics. I presented them to you. Even if this is crazy, it's temporary. This too shall pass. It's not a problem. Just keep doing what you're doing and keep your mind right. Because if your mind becomes your enemy, then you're fucked no matter what. And that was it, man.
Totally.
So, we look back at it now, and even, the CDC here and the World Health Organization, they've changed what they say fucking 20 times, and you see all this bullshit. And
Fuck.
now
Yeah.
California got open and then they shut it down again. It's stupid. They can't even make up their mind. And, if we're going to talk about it openly, I think all
Yeah.
this shit magically is happening with this and riots and Black Lives Matter because they want to get Trump the fuck out of the presidency. That's why. Because they know
Yeah.
he's going to drain the
Totally.
swamp, Pablo. I'm
This
going to
one, and
drain the swamp.
and he's actually fucking doing it, man. And I endorse him. People still talk shit about me just because I endorse the guy. And I mean, I don't live there, but from the things that I have checked on my own investigation, is that America is better than with the last president economically and so forth and so on, right? And he hasn't made even a fucking war, which is something that every single fucking president starts. And there's not a war yet. He hasn't, started a war. I mean, I don't know, man. I endorse the guy, but I still get shit from it. But something that I admire from you, man, and which is exactly why I wanted to bring you here, especially in this episode 101, right? Is that you and I know a lot of shit. We know a lot of stuff that maybe is occult, maybe is that the mainstream doesn't want you to know it, right? And we know a lot of stuff that is pretty fucking dark and it's pretty fucking shady and it's fucked up. It's happening right now. So one of the things that I noticed though is that even though there's people that they can sense it, because I know that if you feel it in your gut that this whole thing is bullshit, the riots, the coronavirus, and all this thing is just bullshit. It's engineered, and we can smell it. I mean, goddamn, even the dumbest person can fucking sense it. Something is not right. However, I see people, and I don't know about you, man, because I know you see it too, probably, that they go to the extremes where all they share, it's either just fear and negativity and the mainstream story, which is don't go outside, and if you see your neighbor going outside, you can rat on him and we're gonna pay you. I was, dude, when I heard that and when I read that on California that the fucking governor said that you can rat on your fucking neighbors, I was like, what the fuck is happening with society, dude? And not only that, but so we got these two examples. People going to the extreme, sharing a lot of bullshit, and people sharing like everything is a conspiracy, right? Literally people going crazy as when, oh man, they're lying to us, and get a gun. And I'm like, dude, why don't you just stay in the fucking middle and keep hustling, keep doing your fucking thing, and share some fucking positivity. Share something that I can actually put it to use, which is something that you do. And I see you doing it. You share knowledge, you share news that can actually, they're practical, right? You can wake up and do something with it instead of just sharing things that put you more nervous, right? Like, oh yeah, this whole goddamn thing is a conspiracy theory, but people get all worked up on because of it. And something that I do and something that you do is that we share things that so that people can wake up and take some action, not just wake up to the truth and literally unplug yourself from the matrix, but put some action. Put your money where your mouth is. Right? Do something about it. Don't just complain. Don't just say it, but do something about it. What the fuck are you doing with your life? What the fuck are you doing with your work? Right. So that's something that I wanted to bring up so that you can talk more about it, man.
Yeah, man. Number one, because you study communication and persuasion and influence and, like NLP and hypnosis and all that stuff, we have a good understanding of, how, the mind is wired and programmed and how people process things. So if I'm, as an example, wanting to give truth on some of the stuff we were discussing, like the government, if you just put all the cards on the table, it's not going to work. People, that's bullshit, and you conspiracy fucking theorist, and you're crazy, and you're anti everything, and people are very quick to dismiss it. So just like with influence and persuasion, it has to be done in a very slow, methodical way, where it's one nugget today, one nugget tomorrow, one nugget the next day, and then present it in a fashion, we can say, in a way that the other side will at least look at it, and so part of it is strategy. Part of it is, I know how the human mind works, so I do need to give it a bits and pieces. But at the same time, what we do that, again, I think everybody needs to do is the way we teach, particularly me and you, is we give people the tools for them as individuals to be able to build themselves, right? We don't want to gather a flock of sheep and send your leader. We don't give a fuck about that. We want to give individuals the tools so that sheep can become a wolf, we can say. And then it's like, hey, I'm a wolf, so are you. Let's go. It's not about I'm better than you and all that bullshit. It's empowering the individual, because I say this all the time, the ripple effect that we want will begin at the individual level. When more individuals raise their consciousness, when more individuals become self-reliant, like starting your own business and making money, it's not about showing off. It's about being self-reliant. So then if something like this happens, you're okay. You run your own shit. With money, whether people want to admit it or not, comes freedom. I have the freedom now to live my life the way I want to, and, study and investigate what's going on behind the scenes to then inform people because of what I've built. So part of it is a strategy, but also is, we want to build the individual, because that's what's going to create the change. If every individual on this planet got on this quest and journey and got better, then we create the change we want as a whole, not just one or two people saying, oh, I'm the shit, like we see on social media, but we see true development, true awakening, if we're going to do it and be woke AF and all that stuff, right? But it's the individual, man. So that's what I want. And that's why, sometimes we're even labeled like, oh man, you guys are too much because we're aggressive, or, we might not be politically correct, but that's what's needed to awake that individual in that moment, in that context. So if we can help people do that, then that's what it's about. And that, as an example, that's why they hate Trump, because he's like that. He doesn't sugarcoat it. He just tells it like it is. Well, how can you be so grosero and this and that? Dude, he just keeping it real. And again, we're moving the opposite side. Wants to, like, you see, like over here, that syrup, Aunt Jemima, they changed it, right? The popcorn that you get at the baseball games, like Cracker Jack. Oh, that's racist. You can't do it. It's like, dude, that wasn't racist when Obama was president. Why is it racist now? And then they blame it on Trump, right? So, of course. But again, if we awaken the person at the individual level, they'll have the critical thinking skills to say, wait, that doesn't make any sense. And they'll at least question it. So that's what we focus on, man.
You nail it. It's on based on an individual basis, so that from an individual standpoint, then you create a ripple effect, so that collectively or the collective starts to change and shift. That's so fucking true. It all starts with ourselves. That's so fucking true. And that brings me also to the other thing that I wanted to talk about, and I want your input and just chat about it, which is the hustle side. I remember one of our events, you said it, we were talking about it, just, the surface of it, which was, we said that becoming an entrepreneur was no longer going to be something that you are, oh, I'm a serial entrepreneur. That it was just going to be a part of normal life, right? That you have to be a fucking entrepreneur. And right now, we just fucking saw it, and we are experiencing it. Like, for example, a lot of people lost their jobs. I personally know a lot of people, friends, that lost their fucking jobs, and they went fucking berserk. They were fucking crazy, and they started, actually trying to hurt the company, and fucking stupid, crazy people.
Right.
But my point is, because you have so many streams of income, and because you're basically a serial entrepreneur. Right? I mean, you diversify your with your talents and with the things that you do. That's something that I know people need to hear more, and not just hear, but see on a daily basis. Like you and I, they can actually go spend one day with you, and they will see how many things you have going on, from waking up at 6 fucking a.m., reading a fucking book, meditating, doing yoga, fucking boxing, and you're fucking all over the place, but focused. And that gets translated also on the business side, which is something that I think people now need to do it, or they're just going to be left behind, right? Because the commodity of having a 9-to-5 job right now, it's out of the question. I mean, if these didn't bring the hustler inside of you, shit, nothing is going to do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. And I mean, it's scary at first. I wanted to bring up my own like entrepreneur shit thing that I did, which is the Style System shop now. I was talking about it for a long time now. You remember? I was saying, oh man, I want to do this shit. I want to do it, but I don't know how to fucking do it. Yeah. And I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing for real. I mean, you ordered like 5 items and they haven't arrived. I mean, shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah, but hey, shit, I did it, right? I mean, you figure out as you're doing it, because otherwise you never do it. And that is because, like I said, when this whole goddamn thing started, even though I know, because I also make my own fucking research, I know this whole goddamn thing is stupid. Wearing a mask, all these things, it's just, I mean, guys, do your own fucking research. We're not conspiracy theorists and all this, but this is just bullshit. This is engineered. So, but we cannot say that these didn't hurt our businesses. At least I did. I mean, it hurt my business and my income. So I said, man, what the fuck am I going to do right now, man? Shit. So immediately I said, well, shit, now's the time. I'm going to fucking open my own goddamn business. In the middle of the fucking pandemic, I said, shit, I'm going to start selling some shit, some suits and some sums, a little sum. And without any fucking clue, I started doing it. And without any fucking actual, like, true money, we're like, I'm just going to fucking do it. I'm on a budget right now. I'm like, well, fuck, I'll fucking do it anyway. If people are not doing that, man, like you and I do, and having multiple sources of income, what the fuck can they do, right? I mean, that's what I wanted to talk about right now with you, man. What's your mindset when it comes to that? And, inspired people are hearing this and all this bullshit, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you know how it is, Pablo. You just got to keep hustling, and you have to keep the momentum, never stop, and keep the positivity. And then there's a book called The Compound Effect.
Is it true that you have to be multifaceted?
Yes, multifaceted. Yes, you do. And compound effect is really going to affect the way you think in a positive way.
God.
Keep a lookout for Team VC. Oh my God, we have so many inside jokes, but the whole we can say multiple streams of income, man. This is what I think this is a very important topic, and one that people need to understand as a whole, because a lot of people are like, okay, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. And they think, okay, I'm going to start, 5 or 4 or 6 ventures at the same time. And that's not the way you do it. What I did was, the first step was, when I started with real estate, I said, okay, I need to build this stream of income to where it's good, secure, right? I'm at a point now where I can grow, I'm hiring people, I'm bringing people on. This is now becoming a business. It's not just I'm one employee and I make a little bit of money. No, this is an operation now, right? I have multiple
Yeah.
clients, multiple transactions. I have momentum now and I'm building, right? So once that's established now, because of people that I've hired and systems that I put in place, online assistants and all that, now I can take some of that time and put it somewhere else to build another stream of income without my first one dying. Because that's where I think people make the first mistake. They either try 10 things at the same time, or they build one and it's not really built yet. And then they try to do number 2 and number 3, but they're putting time in 2 and 3. And because the first one isn't established, that one starts lowering and lowering and lowering, right? Now it becomes a juggling act, like, oh, fuck, well, this one and this one and this one. So I made the first one strong. Then like 2, 3, 4 came very quickly. And I think if you do it right, that's how you do it. And then the second step where I think people are fucked up, I don't know where this comes from. Everybody wants to make passive income. I don't know where the fuck that comes from. I tell people, you got to work on your active income. So all my sources are active. Some of them, are residual or kind of passive, we can say, but they're built off the other ones and they're all active. I need to put time in, because eventually I can take all that extra money I make with active. Then I can buy real estate and stocks and all that shit to make me passive income. So it's really about finding that first one and building that. Because once that's built, then you're good. Now you can survive. You can eat. You can have money. And you're not, oh my God, I need money to pay my bills. Then you can create second, third, fourth, fifth. Because it happened organically with me. I started first with just, real estate. Then I started, because I was doing YouTube and putting out my stuff. After about 3 years of doing real estate, then income stream number 2 came, where I made my door knocking product. Then that did really well. Then I started selling products, right? Then I started, like coaching people and doing that. Then I bought real estate, right? So all of that stuff started evolving like that, man. And it's really a process where exactly you stack them up. You go from here to here. Right? Like the graph, they tell people when you grow, it's like this, and then all of a sudden it spikes. That's kind of how it was, because that second, third, and fourth stream of income came pretty quickly after 3 or 4 years of one, and I really think that that's the best way to do it, because most people are going to, I'm going to do a shop like Pablo, then I'm going to do real estate like Bryan, then I'm going to sell clothes, and I'm going to do this. And they have 5 things. It's like, dude, you can't half-ass build 5 things. It's not going to work that way, but that seems what everybody's doing. They want the fast, give me money, versus if you build it right, then it's easier for you to create the second and third. And usually those opportunities will come from building the first one. Like me traveling and speaking, that came from building my real estate business. Because as I was building my real estate business, people say, hey man, you're doing really well. Can you come speak at my company? And I did some free speaking gigs and I started charging. And now, no matter what, minimum, I get paid $5,000 to go speak for 1 hour, because I keep raising the price. But I've done fucking 300 speeches at this point.
Yeah. Plus all the YouTube and all the videos and all the free training that you've been doing. Yeah. So there's no overnight success, right? There's a lot of shit that is behind the scenes that people don't realize that you and I do, and how important it is. Everything that you and I have been teaching and saying on podcasts, on videos, on the Tuesday Taco Tuesday, on on our events, how important that is right now to apply it in today's current society, where I don't know, man, there's still, even though I know it's bullshit, at least here in Mexico, man, there's a lot of people that are buying that bullshit, and of course it's slowing down the business, it's slowing down the re-emerging of the economy, the economy of the country and of the world. Even just today, bro, I find out today that something happened with drop shipping business, because that's my model of business, and I think they banned everything from drop shipping, and so the prices are going to go way fucking high. And right now, even the shipping right now is super fucking high because of all the fucking coronavirus and all this shit. So I was like, God damn, I thought it was cool. I thought we were ever going to eat the shit. But the point is, if you have not been doing it, like you said, step by step, instead of looking for the magic bullet, you're in it for the long run, right? We're in it for the long run. We know that we're going to take some punches. We know that, you know, we don't want to get tired. You know, I even imagine us sparring. You know, on the first round, we don't go at it all the way like when you have the energy, because then you you get all fucking tired on the third, fourth, fifth fucking round. So you want to save up some energy so that you can go for the long run. That's how I see it, man. And
Yeah.
I love the way that you said it. Yeah, that you don't want to spread yourself too thin.
Mhm.
And even in the way that I see it, man, is because I mean, with style systems, I'm doing a lot of fucking stuff in quotes, but they're all towards the same thing.
Mhm.
So I get it when you say there's people that, yeah, you can do a lot of shit. You can do a lot of things. I mean, you're doing your YouTube, you're doing with your cars, but they're all towards the same goal. You know, they're all
Yeah.
congruent, and it fits a package of what Bryan Casella, the brand, represents, right? And the same thing with me, with what Style Systems represents. But that's, I think that's what people are missing, that they want to do this, they want to do that, and they don't do shit, or they half-ass it, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's very important right now that they pay more attention to what you're doing, to what I'm doing, to what people like us are doing, because now is the time. I mean, shit. If there was ever a time to invest in your mind, to invest in your communication, to invest in your hustle, right, or to communicate and to collaborate like you and I do, there's not a better time than now. There's not a better chance than now. And even, you know, I get a little bit excited when there's like a crisis, because I'm like, damn, I know that some people are gonna get a lot from this, and I know that I want to be one of them. I want to be one of them motherfuckers that take some advantage of this, not in a bad way, you know, but
Yeah.
I mean, not by stepping onto other people, but you know, I want to get advantage out of it. I want to get ahead while everyone else is just retreating. You and I are the kind of I was gonna say the type of niggas that go, but I said it. I don't give a fuck. You and I are the type of niggas that go ahead and we don't give a fuck, right? We're just go ahead and they're like, we charge.
Yeah.
Basically, when everyone else is saying, oh, retreat, and just, you know, cover yourself, we're like, fuck it, go at it right now. And then eventually, I know that if some people follow us, good. If no one follows us, fuck it, you know. But at least what I see with you, man, is there's some light at the end of the fucking tunnel, right? These things, they work, first and foremost. Everything that you've been teaching, we're seeing it with you. It actually fucking works. Because it didn't work. If it didn't work, you would have been like fucking broke by now. If everything was a hoax, an elaborate hoax, like everyone tells you, like, oh, you know, your cars are rented and everything.
Yeah.
You would have been fucking broke by now.
Bruh.
So I think... I think that's important to be said, and also I encourage people to collaborate with us, man. I encourage people to step up to the fucking to the fucking challenge, you know, to go and do likewise. Go and do likewise, my friends. You know, to fucking do it. God damn it. And more importantly, also to communicate it, because we need more. How do you say? More examples like you. We need more people like you that are the how do you say, the shit.
People like me, bro.
The black
That's
sheep.
racist. That's racist, bro. People like me. What do you mean?
What do I mean by that, man? Oh, bro, I don't identify myself as a me. You get my point, right? We need more people that are the difference. Instead of being like the herd and the sheep, we need now, I think now, we've been saying this forever. Shit. We've been saying it for at least 6-7 years. Shit. But I think now it's becoming more obvious and more necessary that we need more fucking people like you and me that are actually hustling and putting their message out there, man. Shit.
And dude, I told people right when this hit, you know, 3 or 4 months ago, I said, keep a very close eye, because me, during all this is going to be the next 3 or 4 months that proves everything I've been saying for the last couple of years. Just like you said, dude. And I said, watch how all the Instagram flexers and all these motherfuckers who are liars, the real liars, watch how they disappear like the fucking wind. And what happened? Silence. And I'm the only one still doing exactly what I've done, staying exactly the same. I haven't skipped the beat. I'm still enthusiastic as fuck and happy and calm and no problem. Right? But I said it. I said it.
Wow.
I even made a video the first day that we got locked down. I said, as information gets released about this coronavirus, you'll see why I'm telling you it's nothing to be scared of. right? If you're very sick right now, maybe it's okay, protect yourself. But if you're just like me and anybody else, the majority of people, you'll be fine. Okay. And everybody, oh, you piece of shit, you don't know shit, blah blah blah. And then I made a video a couple weeks ago. I said, what's up now, motherfuckers? Because I was right. And none of you motherfuckers say shit. You only say shit when you don't agree. And then when I make the video saying where you at, silence. So I proved it. And that's why I look at these times as an opportunity, because it's like I just cemented my legacy and said, I'm good to go. If I can make it through this and prove to you all that I've been doing what I'm doing and that, you know, I've been good with my money and everything I taught you was true, then I have nothing else to prove. So if anything, I told people, pay very close attention these next 3 or 4 months, because you'll see who the real motherfuckers are. The real motherfuckers.
Yeah. I'm gonna show you who the real Puff Daddy is, motherfucker. Yeah, because even with being vegan, right, bro? I mean, shit, right now you want to stay healthy. Fuck. Take care of what the fuck you're eating. That's the number one main fucking reason why you get fucking disease. Your fucking gut. Eating fucking Cheetos, eating fucking Pop-Tarts and all that bullshit. You know, so you want to eat clean, you want to stay healthy. Because even, you know what I'm thinking, man? Even if we get the fucking coronavirus, even if we do, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because we keep healthy. We keep healthy.
Dude,
and even if it happens, we're like,
I looked at the symptoms. I think last week, for like 2 or 3 days, I feel like I had it, but it was like nothing. I felt like shit like one day.
Probably.
And then for a couple days, I lost my ability to taste food, which they said was a symptom of the coronavirus. And that's it.
Yeah.
And I felt fine. Like I was literally sick for half a day. It went away. And then for 3 or 4 days, I couldn't taste food. That's it. I felt perfectly fine. And now I'm no problem. So according to them, I never did the bullshit tests and all that, but according to those symptoms, technically I might have had a mild case of it. And it was the dumbest shit ever, bro. Like it wasn't even like, I feel like a stomach ache is worse than that. You know what I mean? Or having a cold is worse than that. And that's, but it's been the same since I take care of myself. My body gets rid of whatever it is in half a day. Like I could wake up sick in the morning and by the evening, I'm okay. I'm good.
Shit, and you were doing it prior to all this fucking bullshit. Eating right, exercising, which is something that now the fucking World Organization, blah 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 blah. Now they're saying that, right? That you have to keep your immune system healthy, exercise, keep the stress level low, which is in quotes yoga or meditation. Dude, it's something that you and I have been doing forever. So I think now is the time for us to shine even brighter, even though we're already doing it, but. I take pride and joy in saying, there you go, motherfuckers. We were saying it. Now you're seeing it. What's up?
Exactly,
yeah, because I don't know how I keep getting negative and haters, negative comments, even though you, man, I don't get it. You and I are not sharing any bullshit. You and I are not sharing any negative messages. And still there's people saying, oh, you're full of shit. And even though we're saying maybe like, I don't know, do exercise so that you can keep your immune system healthy. There's still these motherfuckers that say, oh, yeah, you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? In the middle of this fucking crazy shit, you're still putting hate. You're still sharing negativity. I'm like, come on, man. I think that now it's time for us to unite and shine even brighter, because on the other hand, I also think that we need to protect ourselves from the bullshit, from the media specifically, from all these motherfuckers, from the people that are pushing an agenda that is trying to destroy us and destroy our way of living, basically. So I see someone like you, I want to be with you even more. Even though we were friends back then, I want to be even more with you now, so we can be like, fuck these motherfuckers. Unite and be like, no, we're an army together. And throw your best punch and we'll fucking beat the shit out of you, man.
Yeah, then we can make biceps great again, right?
Oh, we're gonna make biceps great again.
You know what you said, and it's cool because, you know, in essence, a protection against media and all these things against us. You know, a lot of the stuff that's been declassified from, like, I don't know, the Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA, right? Which, by the way, is corrupted as fuck now. They even said back in the 40s and 50s they were already starting a campaign to brainwash the people. Right. And you see all the memes of them. It's the same shit. It's the same communism and socialism. Hey, if you tell the people a lie long enough, eventually they believe it and they protect it. It's true.
I think I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I think it's Operation Lily Bird or something like that. That it was literally Mockingbird. There you go. A literally manipulation of information through media.
Yep. Manipulation of perception, as you would say.
Yeah. At its best, motherfucker. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, dude. So, you know, I look at like, goddamn, I can see these pieces of shit, right? The few times that I watch the media, and I'll screenshot it and put it in my coaching. I'm like, remember that technique I taught you guys 2 months ago? There you go. I just circled it. That's a fucking hypnosis technique right there being used by the fucking media. And, they'll put the truth on it, but they'll write it in a certain way, in a certain sequence, and use different colors and make the writing bigger to where all your attention goes to the one other thing, which makes you misinterpret the information on purpose. So it's crazy, man. And again, what we said in the beginning, if people would educate themselves a little bit more and actually use their mind, they'd be able to see through all this bullshit and realize, hey, even if they said, well, I'm only getting my updates from the media, maybe I need to do my own fucking research instead of just watching the fucking TV. Because I've seen interviews where a guy's like, hey, you know, Trump isn't racist. Like, he has those tables. Trump isn't racist. Change my mind. And you'll have a microphone. He's like, any of you motherfuckers can come and talk to me and we'll have a civil conversation. And he asked them, okay, where do you get your information about Trump being racist? They're like, well, I watch CNN. And he's like, that's it? And they're like, yeah, that's all I need to watch. It's like, motherfucker, dude. Like, that's why I love that that old picture that we always share, where I think it's like the old philosopher one, where it shows the world, then it shows people in a cave, and then the light with the shadow.
Yeah, Plato, right?
Plato, allegory or whatever it is. Yeah. So it's interesting that so many people are still in the cave. They're aware that they're in the cave, but it's almost like, okay, well, I'm more comfortable staying in the cave because I buy this bullshit and it's safe. So I'll stay here instead of finding out the truth, you know?
But at least they can do it consciously instead of being manipulated. I would appreciate if someone could say, yeah, you know, I buy the bullshit and I'm happy with it. I'm like, go ahead, just stay the fuck out of my way. But I mean, consciously, you're making your own decisions, being responsible for yourself. I mean, shit, if you're going to do that, do you, boo-boo?
Do you, boo-boo? So what I do is, like, I'm the homeboy from next Friday. I busted into the government building. You motherfuckers! You motherfuckers!
I can continue with this shit. I take the fucking mask and like, what is this shit? Try again, motherfucker. Oh, yeah. Dude, when I'm outside and people look at you weird when you're not wearing a mask, I can get you with this shit. Fuck them.
Dude, I'm going to start wearing the shirts and the hats that say Trump and Make America Great Again.
Shit. We need to get a suit. We need to get one of them suits.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Shit. Oh, yeah. And, dude, what do you think? Also, another thing that is happening right now, which is, I mean, we can talk a lot of things that are happening right now, but to keep it short and sweet and, you know, to keep it tight, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It is this whole goddamn movement of the LGBT fucking motherfucker. I don't even know what because I've been seeing it every fucking day, even though I don't want to fucking see it. Two things that I want to touch upon, and I want to know what you think about it. This fucking thing, even though I try to control it and I don't want to see, I say, I don't want to see this shit, blah, 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 whatever. They keep pushing a lot of bullshit that I want to fucking see, which is, for example, right now, LGBT, whatever the fuck right now, which non-binary, don't call me a man, a woman. I'm like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck is this? And coming as an image consultant, I'm like, dude, if this isn't manipulation of perception, then what the fuck is, right? I mean, you motherfuckers understand what the fuck is happening, right? With the, you know, it's not fashion, but even just like that, they're manipulating you with the colors and all this bullshit. I'm like, God damn. And the other thing is, every time you want to share some truth, some knowledge, this little fucking shit is telling you, oh no, this is not true because we have our own fact checkers. And I'm like, what the fuck? So
fact checkers.
Let's talk about this. Yeah, who are they? And even if I go at the fucking link, I'm like, what's these niggas? Who the fuck are they? Right? So I want to talk about these two things. The first, what do you think about that? The protecting yourself from that shit, even though you're doing your own research, when it comes to, you know, maybe the restriction side from YouTube that we're getting. I know that every time I mention 5G or every time I fucking mention fucking coronavirus, whatever the fuck, immediately I get banned on YouTube and I cannot monetize that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about that, and then we'll cover the LGT, whatever the fuck.
It's censorship in its most biased form, man. Because a lot of people will have told me in the past, like, people don't really attack me anymore because I know so many facts now, they can't tell me shit, right? So anytime somebody says some shit now, I'll handle them. And what I used to do, and I think you do this too, is I would screenshot the whole conversation and post it and say, look at this fucking idiot. And then they delete themselves, they block me, and then they fucking run away crying to their moms, right? The more I look, bro, the more I see that these fact checkers are all funded by the left, Clinton Foundation, Bill Gates, right? Or they're funded by an organization that receives donations from them. Now, people say, well, why does that matter? It matters because there's bias. As an example, in case somebody still doesn't get it, the egg industry, right? This is the one that I see, that will release a study saying, well, eggs are healthy, right? And they'll give you all the research. Then you look at who funded it, who funded the research and set the parameters for the testing. It was funded by the egg industry. So you mean to tell me that there's going to be no bias? If people don't know, this is how it works. When somebody funds something, when you're going to release like a research report or something, you have to send it to them for them to approve. So do you think that people who give you the money are going to approve you saying, no, eggs are bullshit, don't eat it? You think they're going to say, oh yeah, please publish it so we lose money? You have to follow the money, ladies and gentlemen, right? I'm not saying money is all the root of all evil, but it has infiltrated and corrupted a lot of people who are evil themselves, who are using money as a tool. That's the issue, right? So that is the reason that we're getting fact checked like that, because all of these, social media apps and companies like Facebook and all that, they're all full of shit, right? If you post anything pro-Trump, as an example, and if you're listening to this, forget supporting either side. But does this make any sense to you? If you post anything on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube that is pro Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, and you just clap and say, I like them, nothing happens. But anything, virtually anything you post that is pro-Trump or anti-Hillary, Obama, Biden, 99% of it immediately demonetized, deleted, removed. Why? Why is it so much? One side is all okay and one side isn't. That tells you there's a problem. Again, regardless if you support either side, that tells you there's a bias and it's fucked up. So the issue that I see with, if we're going to move to the LGBTQ, whatever, right? Look, who you want to fuck, I don't care, right? If you're gay, be gay. If you're straight, be straight. I don't give a fuck. But when your way of life now suddenly starts infringing upon my life, now we have a fucking problem, right? Like we see even in schools now, bro, they're trying to make those gender neutral bathrooms. So you have little fucking 5-year-old boys and girls in the bathroom together. Now, for anybody who has a rational mind, does that make any sense to put little boys and girls together in the bathroom? That's fucked up, right? Also, it passed a law in Canada, bro, this is like 2 or 3 years ago, where because of this whole, well, I don't identify as male or female, right? If you, to somebody who says that, they say, Pablo, I don't identify as a man or a woman. If then you don't call them by their name, whatever name they want, they can sue you in your business for $100,000. You see, what kind of bullshit is that? So now that's the same shit that slowly starts taking away your rights and freedoms, that now we see, oh, you can't cuss. Oh, we can't have Aunt Jemima, the syrup, because that's racist. It slowly starts taking away all your freedoms to where now you can't even say hello to somebody because they're like, oh, that's offensive, right? Like I see Trump at a rally say something and someone's like, that's offensive. It's like, dude, stop being a fuck pussy. It's a word. See, but it goes back to what we said in the beginning. When you work on yourself and you want to enlighten yourself as an individual, dude, you could put somebody in front of me calling me a piece of shit, fucking, sudaka, all that shit. I'm just going to laugh and say, I don't care. You know why? Because how you respond to, even if it's used in a threatening manner, how you respond is up to you, right?
Exactly.
And that's been lost because they know that if individuals have that power, then the pieces of shit who are running the government behind the scenes aren't going to be able to do what they do. That's the issue.
Exactly.
Because with the individual gaining more power, collectively we gain power, and they can't play this puppet bullshit. Now I know we kind of are off to a different subject now, but
no, it's exactly what I wanted to talk about, man.
Yeah, that is my issue with this stuff, right? Again, if you want to be lesbian, whatever, I don't give a fuck. Live your life, man.
Yeah, fuck.
I don't have any problem with you. I'll still eat at a table with you. I'll still hang out with you. But when now I have to change my life for you, I'm not asking you to change your life for me. Why do I have to change my life for you? That doesn't make any sense. And again, if we just discuss that as human beings, we can come to an agreement that doesn't make sense. So, but what they do is they mask it as that, bro, and then they push other things behind it, like Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
Oh, man.
The head three, those are three. They're all, I think, lesbian. The three girls, the women.
Yeah.
They said that they study ideological things like Marxism, which is socialism and communism, right? And they actively push that. Yeah. And they're hardcore feminists.
God
they hate men.
Damn.
They hate men. So that's that. And then you get the fact that they're funded by George Soros, and they have Antifa and all the other terrorist organizations that are fascists that then call us who are against them fascists and communists when they're the motherfucking communists, right? So
they're playing us. Yeah.
The average person just sees Black Lives Matter as Black Lives Matter. Oh, well, they just want, support for Black people. That's not what it's about. That's what it looks like. And there's always an agenda, right? It's a puppet dressed as something else. So that is my issue with this shit, man. Like, that's the problem, is it goes 10 levels deep, but nobody wants to look at it that way. They think, oh, well, you can't say shit about Black Lives Matter, BC, because you're not Black, and well, you're light-skinned Hispanic, so you don't count. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up with that bullshit, man. Like, the stupid shit they say, oh, you didn't post the black square on Tuesday. You know why they did that? Because Hillary motherfucking Clinton was in court testifying that same day. And
no one was talking about it.
Yeah, and she lost, by the way, and she has to go back to court in September to testify. Because we're gonna get that bitch. We're gonna cuff that bitch.
We go. Because you'd be in jail.
Crooked Hillary is at it again. We need to arrest her. Crooked Hillary's up to no
fucking
good.
Bitch. Oh man, yeah, we need to get that bitch, man, for sure.
Dude, have you seen the video of her fucking with those kids and like torturing them? Have you seen the video?
Fuck it, man. I've seen some crazy ass shit that, I mean, we can comment on it, but you've seen where they
allegedly, right? That's how we protect ourselves. Allegedly,
they take away the skin of the face of a girl, and then you see all these fucking Hollywood stars laughing about this shit. I'm like, God. Damn, what the fuck is happening? And these motherfuckers, that's exactly what I wanted to talk about with you, man. How they sneakily, they hide their true agenda with, politically correctness, with all these basically manipulation of perception. And a lot of idiots are falling into this. Oh, you can cuss, you can say nigger, you can say paisa, you can. I'm like, man, that's exactly why I love cussing. That's exactly why I love someone like Trump. That, man, I don't give a fuck. I can say whatever the fuck I want to say. But I think for the untrained mind, they see us as being blunt, when in reality we're fucking sharp as fuck. And every single fucking cuss word has a purpose. We're not doing it just because like, hey, whatever. We know what the fuck we're saying, and we know what the fuck we're doing. And it gets under my fucking skin, the fact that, people, in quotes, that are nice, that are honest, they're the worst pieces of shit that you can possibly encounter. The people that are by the book, man, they're full of shit. They're crooked as fuck.
And you see it.
And
you're an image consultant. You see how people like, blah, blah, I'm perfect. And you see them in their house and they're fucking walking around dirty. They don't shower. They smell like shit. They look like shit. But they tell everybody, I'm perfect. Oh, look at me. I have a suit and tie. Yes, shake my hand. Hello.
And they're actually the worst pieces of shit when it comes to being biased and being all that type of shit, judgmental. They do it, but they just hide behind all this bullshit in these movements. And man, that's what you and I talk about all the time. That's why this is called the fucking fashion matrix. The fashion matrix, to literally unplug yourself from the matrix and see things for what they truly are. Like, behind this niceness, behind this politically correctness, they're fucking you up. They're literally taking down your fucking little pants and they're fucking you all the way up. And you're letting them. And this is what makes me mad, man. This is what makes me fucking mad. Because we have to be louder about these things. You and I need to be louder, man. We need to be fucking louder. If these motherfuckers are doing it, we need to do it even 3 times more. And that's exactly why I said, man, I gotta bring my brother onto this fucking podcast, and I cannot wait to be fucking back on stage with you and share some fucking knowledge. But all over the fucking world, not even fucking on California, but all over the fucking world, be like, wake up, motherfuckers! You know what I'm saying? Wake up, motherfuckers! Even the fact that you and I wear crazy, stupid shit, which by the way looks phenomenal on us, like the crazy suits. That alone is telling you like, we own this shit. We don't play by your fucking stupid rules, because the rules of society are crooked, are fucking rotten. They don't work. And we're seeing it crumbling down right now. They're full of shit. And they're setting up the foundation for a new type of society that if we let these motherfuckers keep doing their shit, you're going to wish that you listen to us. Right? Mm-hmm. But just the fact, something as simple as just the fact that you and I wear an Oppo suit, right? Mm-hmm. Shout out to fucking Oppo suit. That alone is just like, oh, you can't wear I don't know, a cheetah or a mustache suit. You got a new suit, right? I saw you got a new suit, a mustache suit.
Yeah, because you know me, Pablo. Just like I like to keep it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? I keep it 100.
Truth, ain't that the truth? But man, you can be professional and be wearing that shit. You can be a political correct and a good person and be wearing a fucking crazy suit, like, or you can be tattooed. Like, man, what's wrong with these people? What would you say is the number one reason why these people are so fucking plugged in the matrix?
Because they forfeited their ability to use their own mind, man. I really think that's what it is. Okay, so if we get to the base of their programming on a mental level, everything they've been given that's uploaded here is what just somebody told them, right? Yeah. So they heard from the news growing up that, for you to be professional, you can't have tattoos and earrings and wear jewelry and wear a mustache or whatever the fuck it is. So when you start challenging, okay, where did you get that information? Give me the manual on life that tells me that I have to do that. Now what happens? They get emotional. They don't give you facts. Well, fuck you. You don't know shit. It's just the way everybody does it, right? That's what I've been told, right? And that's why I pay very close attention to the syntax that people use and the words that they use, because it tells you everything you need to know. So that's what it is, man. No one has sat there and said, wait, was everything I was told growing up bullshit? Like you saw that thing I shared of Bart Simpson writing on the chalkboard. It said everything we were told growing up was bullshit, right? I was surprised nobody said anything negative about that. I got a lot of like 20, 30 responses like, 100. Yeah, that's true. So but see, those are other people who have exercised this, right? And we live in a world where we talked about it, bro. It's like the Matrix. You look around and people are zombies, dude. Look at them drive. Look at them walk. They're like, they're like that, right? Waiting in line, fucking fast food restaurant to eat that bullshit. And it's just, no one has. That's why if we go out, right? You wear a good suit, we talk, everybody just comes to us because we seem so different. But what is it? Yeah. We're unplugged, we can say, right? And as crazy as it sounds, it's so simple because of the abundance of information and people like us. We're not the only ones talking about this shit, right? We might have a level of understanding of certain things more than other people, but this is now, in this age of information, common. You can find this if you look for it, or if you just look around a little bit, you're going to come across somebody who thinks similar to us and has this, we need to be different mentality, right? We need to challenge the things that we were told growing up. And, I look around and I didn't have any of that around me. I didn't have a person in my family who was woke and who said, hey man, the government is after you, think for yourself. Nobody told me. We had to figure it out. So I really think that as social media has grown, like even this lockdown, I think one of the most positive things out of this lockdown was a lot of people are figuring out how crooked Hillary Clinton is and a lot of these people, because now they've been forced to be at home and research, and we've been talking a lot of shit, and people are saying, well, these motherfuckers keep saying it, maybe it's true, I'm going to look into it, and they find it.
At least.
So that's why a lot of people are worried. I'm not, because I'm like, you know what? They're throwing everything they can to try to get Trump out. And I still think he's going to win, probably even bigger this time. Because remember when we supported him 4 or 5 years ago? Yeah. How much shit we got from people. Oh, you dumb motherfucker. You guys are minority sellouts and
literally like dumb. Like we were dumb, literally dumb. Like what, like a low IQ or something like that. I was like, what the fuck?
Seriously. So, but now shit, most of the stuff that I share about Trump, 95% is positive. So maybe I just got rid of some of those people, but you know, I really think that we're entering like a new era of people who are more free thinkers, and we're hitting a pivotal point in the history of the planet, because depending on how the next
Fuck
6 months or year, you know, what happens, shit, we have two different stories, two different movies, you know. And I don't know if you've seen the movie, good movies, bro, The Purge. Have you
Yeah.
seen it?
Yeah, I've seen
So
it.
they have the
Fuck,
first one, which
yeah.
is great, and then they have the other one that I watch where it's that year where they're voting, right? And the election
I saw
year,
the first
that's what
one.
it's called.
Yeah.
Purge, the election year. Have you seen it?
No.
Watch that one, because
Damn.
the creator of that movie, bro, was killed in 2016, and the movie looks
Get
exactly
the
like
fuck
today.
outta here.
And that was going to come out in 2000, and it came out in 2016. It looks exactly like
Yeah.
today. So when you watch
Yeah.
that movie, you're going to say, God damn it. You're going to go, what a surprise, right? And here's another thing before I pass it back to you. Why is it, ladies and gentlemen, for you, those of you listening to this podcast, and listen here, God damn it, why is it that when people get dirt or have information on Hillary Clinton, some of these people that we claim, even if you don't believe us, that we claim are crooked,
Yeah.
why are all those motherfuckers getting killed? Why are they all being killed? Anybody who says
That's
they have
true.
information, and
Yeah.
attention, they're being deemed as suicide kills.
Yeah.
And one of them that I heard,
Yeah.
classified as suicide, he had 2 knives sticking in his back. How the fuck is that a suicide?
Man, what the fuck?
Like, come on, bro.
Shit.
Like, again, if I said that to a 10-year-old, he'd probably say, no, that doesn't make any sense. So
Yeah.
this is the pattern that we're asking people to catch. Again, you don't have to believe everything we say, but you know,
No.
I was even telling Kevin right now, before we got on the podcast, has anybody thought of how just magically this fucking virus popped up out of China, out of nowhere? Like, how does a virus
Yeah.
just suddenly fucking appear? You know, like, how come no one has
Yeah.
questioned that? It's just, oh no, wear a
Yeah.
mask and stay away from me, Pablo, and social distance and
Yeah.
wear your suit and wash your hands. Okay, but where did it come from?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it
Yeah.
came from China. Okay, that's not good enough. Where did it fucking come from? Why is
Yeah.
it patented? How come when I look up a patent, it has a number and it says coronavirus? Why?
Yeah.
That means it's man
Doesn't
fucking
make any
made.
sense.
Again, give me
Yeah.
the answer, but nobody can give it, bro. Oh, you just crazy, bro, and somebody made that up. How come Obama's birth certificate has been proven to be false
Yeah.
live in front of an audience by people who are part of
Damn.
law enforcement? He's not even black, bro. His dad is Indonesian and his mom is
Fuck.
white. He's not even black.
God. Yeah. Allegedly, why? Because of
Yeah.
shit.
And he's a foreigner. He's
God
not born in
damn,
the
man.
United States. Therefore, he shouldn't have the right to be a president because he's not fucking born on American soil. So it'd be like my dad or my brothers. They can't be president because they weren't born in America. But how come fucking Obama can be?
I didn't know that, man. Fuck. That's some fucking
He
crazy
wasn't
shit,
born
man.
in the
Damn.
United States, bro.
You know, it amazes me, and it still amazes me that someone that goes against the mainstream, immediately they're trying to bring him down or bring her down, try to kill him or kill her. There's a doctor, I forgot her name, that she made a whole fucking research on Fauci. Man, she got on jail out of nowhere, out of the blue. I'll put it
I
on.
did a little documentary. I saw it.
Yeah, and it's fucking. The name of the
used to work with
documentary
him.
is called.
She used to work with him.
Yeah,
I think it was called Plandemic or something like that.
Plandemic, but the name of the doctor, because I follow her, I forgot about it. I'll check about it right in a moment. But anyway, anyone that goes against the main story, immediately they trying to bring him down, and that is a red alert, right? That should bring your attention and your focus to be like, oh, wait a second, wait, hold on a second. Just because I go against it, I get killed, I get silenced, I get like, what the fuck is happening? So we're not saying that you believe in us. We're just saying, actually, we're saying the opposite. Fucking doubt everything, right? Make up your own goddamn mind. Doubt everything. I think the number one reason why people are still plugged in the matrix is because they've lost their ability to doubt life itself, their own fucking existence. The curiosity that you and I have, where we're always trying to find the new book, the new idea, the new program, the new fucking whatever. We're always, canaille. We're always constant and never-ending improvement. I know that we're always trying to. Okay, there's got to be something else. Like I feel like there's something missing, right? And I think people they lost their ability. I mean, they didn't lose their ability because their ability is there. It's just like you said, it is an engineered, social engineered, and a mind engineered way of keeping you down. Because from the moment we are born, you and I said it on the last event on the Matrix, right? Unplugging yourself from the Matrix. What was the name of the event? Transcending the Matrix.
Transcending the Matrix, yes.
There you go. Transcending the Matrix. You and I said that if you look at it, the core problems that each and every one of us has, it has to do with something individually of, I don't believe in myself, I don't have enough confidence, whatever the fuck. But because from the moment we're born, we're pushed this agenda and we are being programmed, basically. So of course, you buy all this fucking bullshit. Of course, you don't have the money that you want. Of course, you don't have the lifestyle that you want. Of course, you don't have the relationships and the friendships that you want or that you deserve, in quotes. I mean, it's not to say that you should be blaming it on them, the elite, the fucking Illuminati, whatever the fuck. No, it is true to a certain point. But how comes that? How is it possible that someone like Bryan, someone like the people that you and I know, our past mentors, our friends, how is it possible that you didn't fall into that bullshit? How is it possible that I didn't fall into that bullshit? Well, it's because I think it needs to be cultivated, right? And people, just like you said at the beginning of this podcast, they want the fast route. They prefer going on the nice road instead of going through the fucking hardship and through the bullshit, through the road that is maybe not very clear, but it's going to get you to where you're actually going to learn a lot of shit. It's going to get you to where you want to go, plus a lot of experience. No, they want to keep it simple. They want to be comfortable. And I believe that is the number one reason why people are not doubting and being like, man, my life is bullshit. You know, I got to do something about it. At first, I thought it was because you and I were born with a different chip. You know, like, I don't know, we're made from the gods, whatever. But everyone is like that.
Yep.
And I think that's why you keep doing what you're doing. Because it's not making you like fucking rich teaching or doing YouTube videos. It's not like, oh man, this is actually, no, you're doing it because I know that deep down inside of you, you know that that's how you're going to wake up the collective. I know that deep inside of me, I know that whether it makes money or not, whether it makes followers or not, I don't give a fuck. I have to keep pushing this message.
Yeah.
Whether it's woke, whether it's popular or unpopular, we have to keep pushing our fucking message. Yeah. And that's something admirable because we don't stop. We never stop. From the moment I met you, I've never seen you stop, man. And that's something that I want to push even more. Like, hey, motherfuckers, here's a guy that is doing it. I'm fucking doing it. Come on, man. You have to keep fucking doing it. Yeah. And I get it because you and I get people that ask us, oh, give me everything. How do I fucking do it? Okay, I believe in you. I understand what you're saying. How do I do it? It's not going to happen from night to day, right? It's not going to happen like that. Just because you buy a fucking product or you go into a fucking seminar. It's not going to happen like that. It takes years because you need to ask yourself, how long did it take for you to become so plugged into the matrix? Years, your entire fucking life. Your entire life where you've been manipulated, pushed down these messages sneakily, in a very sneaky way, down your throat, in every single possible way, with all of your senses, with your smells, with what you eat, with what you hear, with what you see. Shit, you're not gonna be able to get rid of that magically from one day to the other. You know, it's a process. And the other thing that I wanted to say is, we see people that are maybe woke or they're on the path of becoming, more aware, but they just drop it because when the shit gets hard, they're like, shit, no. And then here comes again the message that it's already there, the bullshit food, the bullshit, I don't know, manipulation, whatever, right? The comfort, basically, it's already there. So, they grab it again. Yep. So I think the other reason why people are still plugged in the matrix is because they don't fall in love with the process, right? Yeah. Even if it's uncomfortable, like going to the gym. I fucking love going to the gym. I fucking love it, even though it physically hurts. It's not, like actually pleasant. lifting up weights. It's boring as hell. It hurts, but still, when you fall in love with the process and with being uncomfortable, I think that's the recipe that it's needed. You know, like the little salt bay, little something,
Something,
so
something.
that you can start just the beginning of, oh, okay, so I'm onto something and I'm on the path of becoming more aware, becoming more, operating from higher consciousness and all this shit. Whoa, whoa. You know what I'm
Yeah, bro,
saying?
you said it. You just have to keep the momentum. Never stop. Your positivity and the faith.
So, by the way, what have you got going on with BC, with Team BC?
Well, Team BC, we have a lot of things going on, close to finalizing funding for the nationwide expansion
Oh, by the way,
and some of the
Team
leads
BC, Team BC is now expanded, right, throughout the
nationwide.
U.S. nation. God
We're in
damn, brother. You know what I'm saying?
we're in Florida. We're in Delaware. We're working
Yeah.
on New Jersey. I'm going to be working on Texas. We're really going to expand New York. It's gonna be litty.
It's gonna be Liti. Shit, you gotta come to Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Team BC, Mexico. You know what I'm saying?
TBC and CDMX.
Damn, man. And CD mix right in the middle of a fucking pandemic. That's what's up, baby. That's what's up. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying?
That's how we do it, man. And like you said earlier, a lot of people, I saw an opportunity because everybody else is running away. I said I have to sprint. Everyone else is running. I need
Yeah.
to sprint because right now is the time to take up. That's why we put more money into my business, and we went harder, man.
Yeah.
And it's paid off because now my business is growing even more, and I'm getting messages. Oh, should I wear a mask? I'm like, dude, you're fucking 3 months behind. You know what I mean? Like people are just so lost. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So maybe to wrap it up, what are some things, some um, opinion, not opinion, some advices that you have for people listening in that are on the verge of awakening or unplugging themselves from matrix? Because the people that listen to this fucking podcast, they know what's up. They know I always talk about the real puff daddy and all this shit. But what are some last thoughts that you have on the coronavirus, on the economy, or
Yeah.
what all of the craziness that is happening right now, man?
So two things. One is you need to continuously on a daily basis strive towards having your independence from the system, which in a sense is being an entrepreneur, making your own money, not relying on somebody else with a 9 to 5, and being self-sufficient
Yeah.
and self-reliant, right? Um, that's one which we've been teaching, and you can learn from us for sure until from 5-6 years ago until now, right? That one is the constant that hasn't changed. But now, because maybe if you're at home or you have a little bit more time, you need to start spending a little bit of time doing your own investigations and information gathering in regards to what's really going on. So there's a couple things that I can say, a couple keywords that you can look up that will help you. One is frazzle drip, right? That has a lot to do with
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton. Obama Gate, right? Which is, Bill Gates and Obama and some of the corruption going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Trump has said it. He hasn't given information on it, but he said it that way. So you look it up and you find out what it is because it's true, right? A lot of treason.
Pizzagate.
They're going to get charged with treason, Obama and a lot of those people, and Hillary Clinton. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Look at Pizzagate, which has a lot to do with the WikiLeaks emails released about them where they're using code. And you see literally, I just shared one on my story where Hillary Clinton says, nothing gets my heart going like sacrifice night. What do you think she's fucking sacrificing? A piece of pizza?
Yeah.
No, they're fucking torturing children, right? Take a look at some of the stats and some of the things. Like there's things coming out in magazines that want to normalize pedophilia and say, well, being a pedophile isn't a crime, it's a mental disorder, right? So they're slowly, right? Look up Disney and the pedophile logo, that little triangle, that's in Disney, right? You see subtle images of penises, and vaginas in Disney fucking movies and cartoons, which little kids watch. Another thing I told people
Even
is like, how come in these Disney films and movies, they'll have like the deer one, I forget the name, the mom deer dies when the thing is a baby. Bambi, there we go. Why do they have these stories where one of the parents dies? Why are they teaching that to children, right? That's stupid. So another thing I tell people too is, people will look at like society here in the United States, and one thing is a long time ago, right, it was passed, and obviously the Democratic side started the whole welfare system in the United States. So basically, you get paid, right? If you're really poor, right, you can't have a job, right? You have unemployment, you have all that stuff. But they incentivize with the welfare system, the Democrats, to promote single parent households, which means if you were a single parent, you got more money,
Yeah.
right? So a lot of people have been asking, well, how do you destroy people at the individual level? Well, you ruin the family unit, right? If you can separate the mom and the dad,
Exactly.
now statistically we know that the kid is going to be more troublesome, probably not grow up as with many opportunities, be
Yep.
more driven towards crime, join a gang, all, et cetera, et cetera.
Exactly.
But the Democrats started that with the welfare system, and they incentivized a single parent household. So this is what has caused the issues that you see in America and probably worldwide, but I'm focusing on America with specifically the policies. And all the people, like in 1994, Joe Biden, he signed and fathered the Crime Bill Act, which incarcerated more minorities than anything else. There's even videos of him saying, hey, if we catch somebody with like this much crack, like a coin, we'll give them like 5 years minimum, right? When you look at what Trump did, he did the First Step Act, which is releasing people with those crazy sentences for one drug offense and then being in jail for 50 years.
Yeah.
So again, this is some stuff that you guys can look up, right? Do your research on the real history behind the Republican Party and the Democrat Party here in the United States. What you were given in history books was false. The more I'm studying, the more I'm realizing the shit that we were taught in school was manipulated. It wasn't
bullshit,
true.
Yeah.
It was bullshit.
History,
and I'm finding it out with minimum research and books. I've read one book that somebody wrote here who used to be an ex-communist who then left the Communist Party. And I watched one DVD that was about an hour long. And with those two things, I've uncovered all kinds of bullshit that we were taught.
Yeah.
So take a look at that, because right now in America, you're pushed that, oh, if you're a minority, be a Democrat. False. The Democrats started the KKK, which was originally made to kill every Republican, whether they were white or black. Right? So there's so much that has to be learned. Again, I'm just giving a little bit, but this is where people have to, on the individual level, learn this shit. Because then when you're fed bullshit, you can catch it and say, no, that's bullshit. But if you don't, you just take it. Like you said, they shove it down your fucking throat and you accept it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Yeah. You know, I see it that you need to be strong mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually as well. Because when you find out some of the shit that is happening with these occult, you know, it's not even Illuminati, but all these fucking things they're doing a lot of crazy occult sacrifices and shit, and it is fucking true. Make up your own goddamn research, and you'll see that even the fucking narcos here in Mexico, they're smuggling children. The new currency is not drugs anymore, but it's fucking children. Why else do you think that there's a lot of missing cases of children right in the middle, in the border? I mean, it doesn't make any fucking sense. But you know, you have to be strong when it comes to that, because then you'll be, oh, it's the devil. What am I going to do? Man, fuck that shit. I'm strong spiritually, right? I got my shit. So that when they try to come to you or whatever, you're not drunk. I made the last episode, I was talking about remaining sober. You're not drunk with the negativity, with fear, because that clouds your judgment, right?
Yep.
Remaining physically strong as well, because even if you get sick, God damn it, I'm strong as fuck, and nothing is going to stop me, because we need more strong people. You know, there's a quote, I don't even remember the whole thing, where weak men create bad times create strong men create good times, and good times create weak men, and it's a cycle, right? And I think we're seeing it right now. There's a lot of weak people, not men. There's a lot of weak people, and we're giving the microphone to these fucking weak people. And that's why we see a lot of this fucking crazy bullshit when it comes, oh, I'm not a man, I'm not a woman. You know, I'd identify myself as a virus, so you need to call me as a virus. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. Shit. Even if you don't, people don't even realize that we need viruses inside of our own fucking gut so that we can remain healthy. That's why I drink fucking pulque. That's why you drink fucking kombucha and all these things, because we need microorganisms living in ourselves. So we need viruses, actually. And the more you take antibiotics, they actually kill the flora that lives inside of your fucking into your system. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you need to learn. But I want to end it up saying that, yeah, you need to remain strong also mentally. And remember, the mind is not only the brain, but it's also the gut, the heart, and of course the brain. So that's the whole fucking system of the mind. What do I mean by this? Emotionally as well. When you're charged emotionally with these things, that's exactly how they're trying to push these agendas onto you by giving you fear, stress, which is another form of emotion, right? It's energy in motion. It's another form of emotion. So if you're not strong emotionally, shit, again, you're going to be manipulated. So yeah, I think we have to be strong and fit when it comes to times like this. And if you don't know what to do, follow Bryan. And by following Bryan, you'll come up with people like me. You'll come up with people like all other friends that you have that are talking about the same shit in their own way. So if you follow me, then you'll eventually meet up with people like Bryan. And we have like a network of people that are pushing on more of the, I don't want to even say good things, because that's fucking stupid. Just to put everything that you're doing right, but to put everything that you're doing, all of your work, and just identifying it as a good, oh man, you're a good person, man, get the fuck out of here. Bryan is not good. His shit is not good. It's not even about that, right? It's beyond that. It's beyond that. So get around people that are more awake, even if it's just on a conversation level, right? Because I have people that, especially with family, people that even the fact that you want to bring that up, they get mad at you and they immediately shut it down. So get around people that you can just discuss and talk about it in a friendly way. Like, hey man, this whole goddamn fucking coronavirus is some bullshit, right? And maybe that will get you more, will cultivate your, how do you say it? Your objective mind, your creative mind, you'll start doubting more of the things that are out there. So I think that's a wrap up, man. I don't know what do you think about that?
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, dude. This is, when we talk,
it's always good,
topics, bro. We could literally do a podcast every day and talk for fucking hours, because this stuff, as you uncover more, you unlock 5 more layers, then you have to keep going. So it shows you the intricacies of this, because the people who have been doing this behind the scenes for so long, they've been able to hide it and mask it so well that their strategies are impeccable. But all the stuff that we're teaching people is those same strategies that they need to learn, because it's being used against them. And if there's something out there that's being used as a weapon against you and you're not aware of it, you will fall prey to it. So it's in your best interest to learn this stuff, learn these techniques. And again, it's not just about the corruption, but it's about you. And the more powerful and equipped you become, the more you can guard yourself, and more importantly, your mind, against all this bullshit. And then you can help more people, and they can help more people.
Exactly.
And that's how we create the change.
That's exactly what we're talking about, man. Yeah, and even the history, just to wrap it up as well, the history, like you said, we've been lied from the beginning, from the history that we know of, the history of humanity. It's not true. And even if you just learn where you come from, maybe that will allow you to be more, to take pride in who you are, right? To take some positive pride in who the fuck you are and where you come from, and make you strong. Like, shit, I got this shit. No one can take me on the, I got you, motherfuckers. You feel strong. You feel proud about yourself and where you come from. So I love the way that you put it, man. God damn, I love talking with you. I think we're gonna do another one on Spanish, man, because these motherfuckers need to learn it. Estos pendejitos también necesitan escuchar en español. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, because these people, shit, we need to do it in Italian and fucking German and fucking Spanish, all the motherfucking
Chinese, man, Japanese.
No, nothing.
No
and just Chinese food, no soul food here.
I ain't talking about no soul food, man. Tell me this big box of grease. Some greasy damn, Chin.
Some greasy shit. And last but not least, before I end up this podcast, laugh at this shit, man. Shit, this whole goddamn thing. Even if you're doing it right, you're still gonna fucking die. Even if you're doing it wrong, you're still gonna fucking die. Might as well fucking enjoy this goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Thank you. Thanks for being here. I always appreciate you. Yeah, I always appreciate. We drop some knowledge, some bombs every time you and I get together, and I fucking love it.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa. Yeah, man, it's always fun. So thank you, man. All right, so everyone listening, remember this is the Fashion Matrix podcast, sponsored by stylesystemshop.com. Go there, find out everything that we have going on. It's all the crazy suits that you see me wearing. You can find them over there, man. It's beautiful. It's something else. You have to see it for your own. I mean, come on, man. Shit. I mean, come on, man. Shit. I know it. Bryan knows it because he's been buying some of my shit. You know what I'm saying?
All righty then.
And also you can find it on Spotify, iTunes, all over the fucking place. You can follow me at Pablo Mentor on Instagram or all over the place. Also, you can follow Bryan at Bryan Casella. That's right. I mean,
Simon.
for people that maybe they don't know you yet, Simon, I'm gonna leave all of your fucking social media in the description box. So thank you, everyone. Remember to wake up, be free, step the fuck up with your style, step the fuck up with your income, step the fuck up with your life. All right, later.